Hello and good afternoon, all of you. Welcome to the 27th edition of weekly webinar series on Kazrain campaign for effective ways of rainwater harvesting presented by National Water Mission, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India, and organized by APEC News Network. Like all other editions, this edition will also have pan-India presence from the hills of Uttarakhand to the seas and rivers of Nicobar, and also we'll have a perspective from the NGO as well. We have with us eminent speakers. But before that, let me introduce to all of you keynote speaker and moderator for this session, Sri G. Ashok Kumar, Additional Secretary and Mission Director, National Water Mission, Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India. We welcome Sri G. Ashok Kumar. Thank you so much for joining us on the 27th edition of this weekly webinar series on Kazrain campaign. We're also joined by Mr. Yash Chaudhary, District Magistrate and Deputy Commissioner of Nicobar Island. Thank you so much, Mr. Yash. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we're also joined by Mr. Navneet Pandey, Chief Development Officer Almora from Uttarakhand. Thank you so much, Mr. Pandey, for joining us today. And we're also joined by Mr. Om Prakash Sharma, Country Director, Water Harvest India. As we all know that this webinar series have been happening for last 1.5 years. Every Saturday or twice in a month, we are trying to get stakeholders. Stakeholders mean district magistrates or municipal administrators and the NGO representatives to come together and to discuss on various aspects of the best practices of initiatives being undertaken in their area, be it rainwater harvesting, be it river rejuvenation, be it water body rejuvenation, be it water management, also how technology innovation being leveraged in all these initiatives. That has been discussed all through in this webinar series. The aim of this webinar series is to create awareness on Jal Shakti Ministry's visionary and game-changing campaign called Kazrain campaign for effective use of rainwater harvesting. Without taking much time, I'll hand over the session to Sri G. Ashok Kumar. But before that, we have a short video to play for our audience here. Let's have the video on screen, please.
गंगे च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती कावेरी नर्मदे सिंधु जलस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु। जल ईश्वर स्वरूप है, सौम्य, शालीन, जीवनदायक। प्रकृति का दिया ये जल रूपी वरदान पृथ्वीवासियों के लिए सिर्फ एक विरासत नहीं बल्कि एक जिम्मेदारी है, जिसे आने वाली पीढ़ी के लिए संभालना आवश्यक है। और इस उद्देश्य की ओर पूरी निष्ठा से कार्य कर रहा है राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन, जल शक्ति मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार।
खेती के उपयोग में आने वाले पानी का अधिकतम उपयोग हो, इस दृष्टिकोण से मंत्रालय माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में काम कर रहा है। और हमने नेशनल वाटर मिशन में 20% तक पानी के उपयोग में कमी लाने का लक्ष्य रखा है। सतह पर जो जल उपलब्ध है उसका उचित प्रबंधन, भूगर्भ के जो हमारे स्रोत हैं उनका ठीक से उपभोग हो, जो पानी हम अलग अलग क्षेत्र में उपयोग में लेते हैं उसका विवेकपूर्ण उपयोग हो, और उसके साथ साथ में जो पानी उपयोग के बाद में निकलता है उसका ठीक से ट्रीटमेंट हो, तो हम जल सुरक्षित देश को बना सकते हैं।
जलवायु परिवर्तन का विशेष ध्यान रखते हुए नेशनल एक्शन प्लान ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज के तहत नेशनल वाटर मिशन की स्थापना की गई, ताकि जल संरक्षण को बढ़ावा मिले, जल की बर्बादी को कम किया जा सके और राज्यों के भीतर एवं राज्यों के बीच जल का अधिक समान रूप से वितरण सुनिश्चित किया जा सके। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन के प्रमुख उद्देश्य हैं जल का डेटाबेस सार्वजनिक रूप से प्रस्तुत रखना और जल संसाधनों पर जलवायु परिवर्तन के प्रभाव का आकलन करना, जल संरक्षण वृद्धि और संरक्षण के लिए नागरिक और राज्य कार्रवाई को बढ़ावा देना, शोषित क्षेत्रों सहित संवेदनशील क्षेत्रों पर ध्यान देना, 20% तक जल उपयोग कुशलता में वृद्धि करना और बेसिन स्तर के एकीकृत जल संसाधन प्रबंधन को बढ़ावा देना।
देश के अंदर जितनी भी वर्षा होती है एक वर्ष के अंदर, हम उसका केवल 8% ही बचा पा रहे हैं। तो ऐसी दृष्टि को मद्देनजर रखते हुए हमें युद्ध स्तर के ऊपर जो है अपने जल प्रबंधन के कार्य को आगे बढ़ाने की आवश्यकता है, और हमारा मंत्रालय जो है उस दिशा के अंदर सतत प्रयास कर रहा है।
अपने लक्ष्य की ओर बढ़ते हुए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन ने अनेकों कदम उठाए हैं, जिसके तहत कैच द रेन नामक एक खास कैंपेन शुरू किया गया है, जिसकी टैगलाइन है कैच द रेन वेयर इट फॉल्स व्हेन इट फॉल्स। इसमें राज्य सरकारों, सामाजिक संस्थानों, सरकारी और गैर सरकारी संस्थानों से एप्रोप्रिएट रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स का निर्माण और उसके उपयोग का अनुरोध किया है, जो कि वहां के सॉइल और क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस के अनुरूप हो और वर्षा के पानी को बचाने और कुशलता से उपयोग करने की इस मुहिम में अधिकाधिक लोगों को साथ जोड़ने की पहल की गई है। साथ ही विभिन्न कलेक्टर्स को जिला स्तर पर रेन सेंटर्स की शुरुआत करने का अनुरोध भी किया गया है, जिसके माध्यम से आम लोगों को वर्षा जल संचय से जुड़ी तकनीकी जानकारी दी जा सके। कुछ प्रमुख संस्थानों और मंत्रालयों ने वर्षा जल को संरक्षित करने के लिए कदम भी उठाए हैं। जल संरक्षण में समाज की भागीदारी को बढ़ावा देने के लिए कई संस्थाओं को भी साथ जोड़ने की पहल की गई है।
Both in urban areas and rural areas, rainwater harvesting system must be made mandatory while sanctioning plans. We must ensure that water is not wasted and the groundwater reserves are recharged when the rain falls on the ground. We must catch the rain and store it. I am happy that the National Water Mission's campaign is taking up a timely initiative called Catch the Rain when it falls.
वर्षा जल संचय की महत्ता को ध्यान में रखते हुए समाज की जानी मानी हस्तियों ने भी इस कैच द रेन कैंपेन को बढ़ावा और सहयोग दिया। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन लगातार जल संरक्षण हेतु ट्रेडिशनल वाटर सिस्टम के रिवाइवल के लिए कार्य कर रहा है। इस दिशा में भारत के स्टेप वेल्स की धरोहर को संजोते हुए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन द्वारा स्टेप वेल्स ऑफ इंडिया नामक एक किताब लोकार्पित की गई, जिसमें 100 यूनिक और इंटरेस्टिंग स्टेप वेल्स की जानकारी मौजूद है।
We use as much as 85% of the water resources for irrigation alone, and therefore depleting the groundwater tables. So we have a situation where we need to improve the management of our water resources, and this cannot be done only through the central and state government programs, because water touches our lives, and that's where the National Water Mission has launched major initiatives. It conducts regular talks. Every third Friday there is a talk on water, and on every second Friday there is a talk on water technology issues. Apart from these initiatives, there is the initiative of Jal Shakti Abhiyan, which was conceived of in 2019. For a campaign to be really successful, it has to have the commitment of the top political leadership. And what better commitment can be there if the Prime Minister of the country gives this clarion call to the citizens to participate in this program.
भारत के ज्यादातर हिस्सों में मई जून में बारिश शुरू होती है। क्या हम अभी से अपने आसपास के जल स्रोतों की सफाई के लिए, वर्षा जल के संचयन के लिए 100 दिन का कोई अभियान शुरू कर सकते हैं? इसी सोच के साथ अब से कुछ दिन बाद जल शक्ति मंत्रालय द्वारा भी जल शक्ति अभियान कैच द रेन भी शुरू किया जा रहा है। इस अभियान का मूल मंत्र है कैच द रेन वेयर इट फॉल्स व्हेन इट फॉल्स। हम अभी से जुटेंगे। हम पहले से जो रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम है उन्हें दुरुस्त करवा लेंगे, गांवों में, तालाबों में, पोखरों की सफाई करवा लेंगे, जल स्रोतों तक जा रहे पानी के रास्ते की रुकावटें दूर कर लेंगे, तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा वर्षा जल का संचयन कर पाएंगे।
जल संरक्षण की अधिकाधिक जागरूकता और प्रशिक्षण का फैलाव भी किया जा रहा है, जिसके तहत वाटर टॉक नामक लेक्चर सीरीज चलाई जा रही है। इस पहल को ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचाने के लिए इस वाटर टॉक सीरीज को डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से आगे पहुंचाया गया, और जिसके कारण न केवल प्रतिभागियों की संख्या बढ़ी, बल्कि देश विदेश से भी लोग इसमें शामिल हो रहे हैं। साथ ही इन वाटर टॉक्स का सार एक बुक में भी कंपाइल किया गया है। इसके अलावा नेशनल वाटर मिशन की तरफ से वाटर कंजर्वेशन के अलग अलग टॉपिक्स पर टेक्निकल सेमिनार्स और वेबिनार्स भी किए जाते रहे हैं। साथ ही जिला अधिकारियों और म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर्स के साथ वीकली वेबिनार्स भी किए जाते हैं, जिसमें उनके द्वारा उनके क्षेत्र में की जा रही बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस की चर्चा की जाती है।
एवरी डीएम्स को रिक्वेस्ट किया कि हर जिले में एक रेन सेंटर नहीं तो एक जल शक्ति केंद्र खोलने के लिए, इस जल शक्ति केंद्र में जल के बारे में जितने भी जानकारी लोगों को मिलना चाहिए उसी के बारे में जानकारी मिलते हैं। बट वी हैव टू मेक पीपल अंडरस्टैंड द वैल्यू ऑफ वाटर and engage them in discussions, engage them in thinking about the value of water, so that they leave behind a very good legacy for their next generation.
सिंचाई क्षेत्र में सुधार के लिए 26 बेसलाइन स्टडीज भी की गयीं और साथ ही मांग प्रबंधन यानी डिमांड साइड मैनेजमेंट के लिए सही फसल नामक कैंपेन चलाया जा रहा है, ताकि किसानों को उनके क्षेत्र के अनुसार कम पानी की खपत वाली फसल की बुआई के लिए शिक्षित और प्रोत्साहित किया जा सके। और इसके लिए किसानों को वर्कशॉप्स भी दी जा रही हैं। जल मिशन के इस कैंपेन के चलते कुछ राज्यों ने क्रॉप डाइवर्सिफिकेशन अपनी पॉलिसी में बदलाव भी किए। औद्योगिक क्षेत्र में भी जल के कुशल उपयोग के लिए नेशनल वाटर मिशन लगातार निगरानी बनाए हुए है, जिसके तहत कई विभिन्न उद्योगों में वाटर ऑडिट्स भी किए जा रहे हैं। BIS की पार्टनरशिप के तहत वाटर अप्लायंसेस के स्टार रेटिंग का काम भी हो रहा है। जल क्षेत्र में स्टेट स्पेसिफिक एक्शन प्लान की संरचना के लिए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन द्वारा राज्यों को वित्तीय सहायता भी दी जाती है। इतना ही नहीं, विभिन्न रूप से जल संरक्षण को व्यवहार में लाने वाले संस्थानों को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए नेशनल वाटर मिशन अवार्ड्स के जरिए 45 लाख रुपए तक के कैश प्राइजेस भी वितरित किए गए। साफ पानी और स्वच्छता मानव जीवन को पूर्ण रूप देते हैं। ये सच है, जल जीवन है, जल ही शक्ति है।
You've seen the video. Over to you, Sri Ashok Kumar.
Thank you, Shamik. It is wonderful to see the team once again, the APAC team, which had been very supportive, always with us throughout the Catch the Rain campaign. In fact, we started this campaign together in 2020, and then we have scaled a lot of heights together from Catch the Rain to Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain. So welcome Yash, Navneet and OP Sharma ji. This program, as Shamik was telling, this is a program which we started on August 2020, and it is going on almost every alternate day, but for some period of gap during the COVID crisis. Otherwise, we used to have this program, and this gave a platform for the young collectors and DMs and CDOs to showcase the work, and also to for me to hear their good work many of them have done, and also include this as part of their agenda, the DM's agenda. That's what the purpose of this dialogue with DM. In addition to this, we used to have this water talk, which used to happen on every every third Friday, and the water tech talk, which happens on every second Fridays, and very good viewership we have, and that's almost, sometimes it has to touch about 1 or 2.5 million views also. So having said that, we take that as an indicator of the enthusiasm of the people to know about water, to the willingness of the people to participate in the campaign, and particularly younger generation, because lots of people from the Kendriya Vidyalayas and Navodaya Vidyalayas and schools and Nehru Yuva Kendra had joined our water talks and water tech talks. So that is, and water tech talk, basically it is a niche product where we look at the high end of the water technology, and there we attract a lot of institutions, students from premier institutions of the country. So that is a niche product, but otherwise water talk and this water dialogue with DM had been very popular, even where a lot of activists and other people who are doing good work in the water joins in. So let me congratulate all the team which had joined us for this Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign, which was inaugurated or launched by the Honorable Prime Minister on March 22nd, World Water Day. काफी काम हुआ इसमें. ये जन भागीदारी का काम था. तो जैसे प्रधानमंत्री चाहते थे, ये जो जल आंदोलन को जन आंदोलन बनाने के लिए हमने एक काम शुरू किया था. इसमें ज्यादातर डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड स्टोरेज ऑफ वाटर में स्ट्रेस किया गया था. एंड मुझे बहुत खुशी है और प्राइड है टू अनाउंस दैट almost 39 lakh structures have been built in the last 5-6 months. जब से कैंपेन शुरू हुआ है उसके बाद एक महीना हमारा तो कोविड के फेज सेकेंड वेव के चक्कर में चला गए थे और एक महीना तकरीबन वैक्सीन ड्राइव में चले गए थे. बावजूद इसके नियरली 30 lakh and 1,376 as per the last count. So much of water bodies and water harvesting structures were created or renovated, and with almost spending 60,000 crore rupees. It's a huge task and probably one of the largest ever campaign on water conservation in the world. तो बहुत खुश है इसमें. बहुत सारे जन भागीदारी भी हुए हैं and the type of response we get is also very interesting. And most of this work has been done under the leadership of collectors. So that's why I'd like to thank all the DMs who have come. And Honorable Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji also had held meetings with most of the DMs in the country except 4 or 5 states. All the DMs के साथ हमने वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस भी किया है and उनके अच्छे initiatives के बारे में भी पता चला है, and that's very good that it's going on. So as I said, 60,000 crore worth of work and nearly 40 lakh structures and 36 crore of tree plantation is not a mean achievement. So it's a good one. We are still collecting the data. And in our portal, jssctr.mow.gov.in, which has been specifically made for this, we have more than 7 lakh photographs. It's a huge collection of photographs of the Bhutan. Almost 7 lakh photographs है और साथ ही साथ हमने जन आंदोलन को जन आंदोलन बनाने के लिए some of the fundamental issues को भी जोड़ने की कोशिश की थे. एक तो था कि वाटर स्ट्रक्चर्स के बारे में, वाटर के जो भी वाटर बॉडीज है देश में उसके बारे में एक जानकारी, एक इन्वेंटरी बनाने के लिए कोशिश की थी. एंड साथ ही साथ उसको बेस करते हुए वी वांटेड टू हैव अ वाटर साइंटिफिक प्रिपरेशन ऑफ साइंटिफिक प्लान, वाटर कंजर्वेशन प्लान फॉर एवरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट, वो भी चल रहा है. एंड उसके लिए हमने वी आर गिवन मनी टू डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑल्सो. आपके पास आए होंगे 2 लाख रुपए तक हमने डिस्ट्रिक्ट में भेजे थे. और साथ ही साथ एक अनोखा प्रयोग भी किया हमने टू हैव जल शक्ति केंद्र इन एवरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट. हमारा ये उद्देश्य था कि जल अभी डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स में बांटे हुए हैं, कोई किसी एक उसको ओन नहीं करते हैं, इसलिए there's a lot of silo working in silos होता था. एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट, your urban development department, rural development department, irrigation department, groundwater department और minor irrigation department, major irrigation department, ये सब में फैला हुआ था. urban drinking water, rural drinking water, so सब में फैले हुए थे. So we are trying to come out with one water knowledge center in every district जहाँ पे वाटर के बारे में सभी जानकारी, एक जिले की वाटर के बारे में सभी जानकारी मिले. whether it is rainfall, whether it's how many what जिला है, how many blocks which are critical, semi critical, उसके बारे में, what's the type of crops to be taken up, what type of the rain harvesting structures to be done, इसके बारे में जानकारी देने के लिए we are having this rainwater harvesting this Jal Shakti Kendras. So in our program also I'll take another 2-3 minutes only because this platform is for the youngsters, for the activists to speak. So I'll take another 2-3 minutes only. एक तो November 31st, this campaign was started on March 22nd, and we plan to end the first phase of the Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign by November 30th. तब तक ज़्यादातर पानी बारिश या season खत्म हुआ होगा, except the retreating monsoon. Probably the rain may go up to the second week of December or something. But otherwise, by November 30th, the monsoon period would be over. So we think that the phase of catching the rain should be over by now. जैसे हमने ये कार्यक्रम जब शुरू किया था प्रधानमंत्री के जो मीटिंग के साथ उन्होंने वर्चुअली addressed all the sarpanches on March 22nd. इस तरह November 30th को भी we are planning to have a Gram Sabha in every district so that हर Gram Sabha में they will discuss once more about water and water related issues and also discuss about the activities done in the past Jal Shakti Abhiyan. This is basically to make people aware of the works done in the Catch the Rain campaign and also make them people aware of the necessity for continuing this campaign on their own. A hard time the government की तरफ से नहीं होना चाहिए. It should be a जन भागीदारी से होना चाहिए. And the last is we also had certain plan of actions done. एक तो रूफटॉप रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग बनवाना था हर गवर्नमेंट के बिल्डिंग्स में, स्कूल्स में, आंगनवाड़ी सेंटर्स में रूफटॉप रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग करना था. तो वील आल्सो टेक कॉग्निजेंस ऑफ हाउ मच वर्क हैज बीन डन. ये इनकी जानकारी भी ग्राम सभा में दे पाएंगे कितना स्कूल्स में हमने काम किया था, कितने बाकी है, बचा है. उसको एक प्रॉब्ली एक डायरेक्शन मिल जाए कि whether we have accomplished the task or not of rooftop rainwater harvesting structures. We also said that as a part of the campaign to check up the old revenue records and enumerate the water bodies in the district and prepare a inventory of water bodies. तकरीबन 20 लाख almost water bodies भी हमारे पास we have got the information, but if it's not done, probably in the next 3-4 months we should ensure that all the water bodies are recorded. Third point, we also wanted that using geotagging of these water bodies, उसका health को भी हम उसमें enter करेंगे ताकि we get a very GIS based map of the various water bodies and water structures in the country, and so we can use it for scientific planning. We also said that we will remove the encroachments from the water bodies. We will remove the encroachments from the channels which bring water to the water bodies. We'll also do rejuvenation of rivers and lakes and rivulets so that most बारिश rainy season खत्म होने के बाद भी there will be flow of water in the river. So that means अवराल धारा, निर्मल धारा के साथ ही साथ अवराल धारा भी हो जाएंगे. And urban area में भी special drive so that more water can be stored there, and hopefully with the good rainfall we received, we will have achieve the dream of tanker मुक्त भारत. तो ये तो हम सोच रहे हैं कि अगले समर में कम से कम टैंकर का इस्तेमाल हो ताकि ड्रिंकिंग वाटर इश्यूज में एक पब्लिक के लिए भी एक किल्लत कम हो जाएंगे ताकि रेन वाटर स्टोर रेन वाटर से वाटरेबल ऊपर आ जाएंगे एंड देयर वाटर इश्यूज ऑफ ड्यूरिंग समर आल्सो कैन बी रिड्यूस्ड व्हिच कैन लीड टू अ रिडक्शन इन टैंकर. तो हम सोच रहे हैं कि वी विल हैव अ टैंकर मुक्त भारत, पर जितना भी कर सकते संभव है एक साल में वो भी करना चाहिए. So that is the thing which we are talking about the Catch the Rain campaign, and now we'll probably move over to the next phase of the campaign of the Jal Shakti Abhiyan, where we look at consolidation of the reports which we have received. Then we also look at Jal Shakti Kendra जहाँ पे शुरू नहीं हुआ उसको शुरू कराना है. We will ensure that the water body enumeration will be completed and geotagged and updated, and also that the Jal Shakti Kendras will be started in every district and how it will function. This is the next phase. Probably we'll do it up, and any gap filling which is to be done, we'll take it up. So that is what we are planning to do in the next time. Our idea of bringing water into the agenda of the district magistrates and on the agenda of the people's discussion, and also with the agenda of the public representatives, have very, very, very largely achieved by this Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign. We are very, very happy about it, and ये करेंगे भी. And the last point is many of your predecessors had come for this discussion. Nitin Bhaduria had come in the same similar programs with this, and all these discussions आपने जो कर रहे हैं, discussions जो हम कर रहे हैं, ये सब will be recorded and kept in our website. So if anybody wants to know what happened, पहले आपने क्या बोला था, what was your predecessor said, or what were the various talks which we had, it's all available in nwm.gov.in. आप देख सकते हैं NWM nationalwatermission.gov.in वेबसाइट में आपका ये पूरे वेबिनार्स के recordings पड़ा हुआ है. You can see it. So your today's session also will be kept recorded and kept in that so that anybody can see it. So with these words, I conclude my speech here. So I wish all of you a wonderful Diwali abhi ho chuka hai and a good time, and hope you are congratulate all of you in your fight against COVID. हमने इसमें काफी विजय हासिल किए हैं, तो hope that we continue to conquer and not let the COVID again resurge in our place. And as we thought of achieving the target of making Jan Andolan a Jal Andolan, we'll continue to focus on it and ensure that this will not be a government-driven program. It will not be a you or me-driven program. It will be driven by the people. Thanks a lot. Happy catching the rain.
Thank you so much. That was G. Ashok Kumar, Additional Secretary and Mission Director, National Water Mission, Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India. And for our viewers, I'll take this opportunity to tell all of you, inform all of you, that this Catch the Rain campaign was a brainchild of none other than G. Ashok Kumar. He envisioned it, and how it has changed the entire ball game of rainwater harvesting and using effective methods for effective water management. Thank you so much, G. Ashok Kumar. You have already set the context. The video has already set the context, and just what Mr. Ashok has said, taking cue from that this webinar video will also be there in National Water Mission portal like the other 26 editions. We're also live in Facebook through Ministry of Jal Shakti, National Water Mission Facebook page, as well as APEC News Network Facebook page. So without taking much time, with the permission of G. Ashok Kumar, I request Mr. Yash Chaudhary, a young bureaucrat from the Nicobar. He's the District Magistrate and Deputy Commissioner of Nicobar Islands, to give his presentation. Over to you, Mr. Yash.
Yes, I remember coming to Nicobar once 2010 में आए थे आपके यहाँ पे. It is a very interesting journey. Helicopter 2 घंटे लगे थे हमको वहाँ से Port Blair से जाने में. We had gone to the in the Indira Point also. So that's the first time I saw a lighthouse not vertically up 90 degrees. Slightly standing lighthouse. But then I was awestruck by the greenery in the on the flight to your Nicobar. बहुत बढ़िया greenery थी and बहुत सारे coconut trees थे, and we landed in Car Nicobar airspace location जहाँ पे हमने we made our offerings to the Air Force personnel who had laid down life for the country during the tsunami. It's a great experience, and I'm sure that it's a great. I mean, it's something very, very exotic to work in that area. I know it's not a difficult area also, but you are there. Yash would अपना India का तो flag लहरा रहा है. Very good. Congratulations. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir, for such kind words, and thank you, sir, for such an informative talk on water harvesting and water management. And another, I would extend my gratitude to you, sir, for involving us in this journey of water harvesting. We are trying to do our bit, whatever we have gathered on the field, and such informative talks really makes us even more informed on what actually is going on and what new things are coming up in this process of water harvesting. As you rightly said, sir, the Nicobar district is bestowed with a lot of greenery and a lot of rainfall throughout the year. However, it is deeply painful to inform you, sir, but that we also face a heavy scarcity of water all year round the clock. If we have 15 or 20 days odd period of no rain, the water scarcity starts happening. Literally, the English saying goes, water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink, is actually true for this district. But the administration, the Andaman administration, in the guidance of our Honorable LG and Chief Secretary, sir, in past 2-3 years have taken a lot of initiatives to try to bridge the gap between water requirement and water harvesting by several initiatives. And these initiatives such as Catch the Rain campaign, which has been launched by Government of India, is also going on in a war footing manner in the district. So, sir, with your permission, I would like to begin the presentation, a short presentation which I have prepared, highlighting some of the initiatives and some of the things which we have planned, which are going to be done in next few months or years to come. So I think we can go in a chronological manner. Our district has 3 subdivisions. There is Car Nicobar, one subdivision. There is one Nancowry subdivision and a Great Nicobar subdivision. So all the 3 islands are accessible only by boats and dinghy, and within that there are roads. There are roads there, but they are not accessible through normal means of road connectivity. All of them are accessible only through air and waterways. So this is just to understand the participants and the people watching that such a district exists, which is completely cut off by land from the entire country, and it is the last district of India, and it also holds the last point, the southernmost point of our country. So this is the brief geography. I would request to go next. This is the district profile. The entire area, the land area is 1841 kilometer square. The population is 36,844. It is less compared to the bigger districts in some other big states. But the challenges here is that the population is quite widespread, and sometimes there are such islands also where there is only 20 people residing. So we had a bigger challenge during COVID vaccination, because those islands had to be covered because there were only 20-25 odd people living there. So even if the population is less, but due to it being widespread, it offers several challenges. The rainfall is 300 centimeter approximately, which is quite higher, and the district is predominantly a tribal district, which has at least 80% population tribal, and they are governed by PAT Act of 1956. So the rules and regulations, especially in 2 subdivisions, Car Nicobar and Nancowry, is quite different than compared to the other areas. Lot of restrictions are here. The tourism is not open right now because the tribals are residing here. The district is mostly dependent on traditional water sources such as wells, natural spring, and streams. Some of them have been built long back, and mostly these are the water harvesting structures which are existing. The APWD, the Andaman Public Works Department with RD Department, is the anchor department for water management. We have 3 subdivisions, and in that I have just given a breakup. We have 18 traditional natural wells in Car Nicobar. In Nancowry, there are several islands. In the brackets, you can see those islands. In Kamota, we have 2 water reservoirs. In Kachal, we have 1 natural spring, which is perennial. But in Tarasa and Chora, in those 2 islands, we don't have any perennial source, and it is mostly dependent on the tank-based water harvesting, which has been artificially made by APWD. In Great Nicobar Islands, we have 16 natural wells. There is 1 river as well, Galathia River, but we are not able to harness the water from it since it is very far from the settlement and it is deep in the jungle. We also have 2 natural springs which are being targeted to harness, but again, they also rise in a very deep jungle area, so it is very difficult and challenging to harness the water from there. Next. Catch the Rain campaign. These are the broad aims which we have taken up to catch and conserve the water, to check the wastage of water, and promote reuse, to recharge groundwater wells, whatever we have, to enumerate and rejuvenate the existing water bodies that we are already doing, to develop rainwater harvesting structures, to enhance forestation activities. And Nicobar is bestowed with heavy forests, but still we are doing forestation activities in our own way. To involve community in rainwater harvesting, the community here is predominantly tribal, as I earlier said. So they have their own way of rainwater harvesting, and we are promoting that way, and also involving them in explaining them through Jal Shakti Kendras, which will come in the next slide, that how they can conserve the rainwater throughout. Right now, they are not able to conserve the water throughout. They mainly have a conservation capacity of 1 month or 2 months, but we want to enhance that. Next. The Jal Shakti Kendra, as Sir also said, that it is a new thing, and it gives the technical assistance to the community. It was opened on 4th June 2021. The APWD executive engineer is the nodal officer. Upon launch, we had also organized a month-long program for repair and renovation of existing water bodies. The tribal council, here we don't have panchayat system in 2 subdivisions. We have tribal council, which is very active. The tribal council of all tribal villages also organized a special Gram Sabha on the occasion to discuss the water harvesting and to share the knowledge among each other. Next. These are the activities which are ongoing in Car Nicobar. We are planning, the process has started. 17 rainwater harvesting structures are going to build, 3 recharge pit, and then already desilting of traditional ponds is going on. Further water rejuvenation activities are also going on, where we are restoring the traditional wells. In restoring, I mean to clean the water body, to deweed sometimes the weeding occurs because there is a lot of vegetation here. So deweeding the body, checking the quality of the body, and if there is some requirement that can be catered to, then desilting it, and also cleaning the surrounding of the water body, since there are a lot of venomous animals here, such as snakes and scorpions. So those also need to be checked. If they are present anywhere near the water body, they need to be sent away. Next. In Nankori subdivision, we already are building 53 rainwater harvesting structures, 26 recharge pits, and 1 traditional pond in Kachal is also being desilted. Further, we are restoring the traditional reservoirs in islands of Champion and Hitui. Now, these 2 islands are very unique because they don't have any well or any sort of artificial structure for water harvesting. They only have 2 or 3 traditional pits where the tribal used to store water. But since the demand of water has risen over the years, so they are not able to get the water throughout the year. So we are also restoring their reservoir traditionally through traditional means, so that they can store the water for a longer time. Further, deweeding and desilting exercises are going on, and regularly we are checking the quality of water. Next. In Great Nicobar Islands, again, we are building 18 rainwater harvesting structures, 40 recharge pits. These pits, some are smaller, some are bigger. Then in Great Nicobar Island, we also have Panchayati Raj system. So RD department is building 14 MI ponds, and other farm ponds are also being rejuvenated. Further, the smaller streams such as Alexandria River, there is a small stream, we call it a river, that is also being restored for harnessing its water capacity. But again, there are some challenges because it is quite deep in the jungle, but we are trying to rejuvenate it as soon as possible. Next. So these are some of the activities. Some of them have been done and some we are doing. First of all the households are already fitted with rooftop rainwater harvesting structures. We further aim to cover all non-residential government building with such structures. 72 water resources have been identified and geotagged on the portal. And we are also utilizing hydrogeomorphic map to find suitable location for groundwater reserve. We also are utilizing Survey of India and other inquiries in Hyderabad to map water for us, and so that we can sustainably make some recharge pits accordingly. Then 6 borrow pits have already been converted and developed as ponds. And Save the Seed, Plant a Tree campaign has been launched by our Chief Secretary, where we are planning not only to have a water self-sufficient island, but a food self-sufficient island where we have fruits and vegetables ingrown into the islands. The Nicobar district does not have a higher growth rate of such vegetables and fruits. We are dependent on Port Blair and Chennai. However, through this initiatives, we have already planted 1,500 fruit-bearing trees and vegetables. We are targeting to have self-sufficiency in both water and fruits and vegetable terms. Further, Tribal Council, as I already told, have organized special Gram Sabha on the occasion. Next. We are also heavily reliant on the IEC activities under Jal Shakti Abhiyan, because creating awareness will not only enhance the water harvesting scenario in the district, but also check the wastage of water. So already 24 awareness camp has been done by local NYK volunteers. We have also organized Pani Panchayats, where we have involved the community and had a discussion with them, understood their issues, and tried to find a solution which is both traditional in means and effective as well. Then also in schools, we had organized ideathons to get some new ideas on how to manage water and water conservation. Then we had organized marathon and runs to aware about water reuse and checking wastage. We are already utilizing NYK volunteers, and KVK also has a unit here where we have organized 9 training program on catch the rain for irrigation purposes. Irrigation in our district happens mostly in Great Nicobar Islands. So there we have farmers, and for them we have already organized several training programs on how they can use rainwater for irrigation purpose. Next. So these are some of the rejuvenation activities which have been ongoing. They have been geotagged and put up on the portal. Next, this is in Car Nicobar. This is again in Car Nicobar. It also shows the date when it was last cleaned. So regular cleaning of wells is also a very important thing which we do. Next. This is in Nankori, Kamota, where another well has been cleaned. It is a ring well which has been built by Japanese. Next. This is in Champion Island. This is what I was speaking about, that we have built such structure because in these islands, in Champion and Hitui, we don't have any traditional water harvesting structure present. So we had to build some artificial structure there to store water so that people there can use it throughout. Next. Then this is again in Nankori, Tahila. This is a tank which has been built for water harvesting. Next. This is another tank at Alihat. It is in Nankori again. Next. Now these are the stream which I was discussing about in Campbell Bay, which we are trying to harness. In Kamal Basti, Campbell Bay, we have rejuvenated the pond and we have in fact increased it. And these wells are being restored to its earlier nature with a better capacity to store water. Next. So these are few of the initiatives which we are already taking, and taking a cue from Sir's keynote address, where Sir has said that more focus on creating awareness, more focus on creating newer ideas and newer ways to conserve water. In our district, we have the potential. We are tapping it. Since we have rain for almost 9 to 10 months, we just need more structures and also take care of the traditional way of life which the tribals have here. So we are focusing more on increased traditional rainwater harvesting structure. The tribals themselves are doing that since long because they were dependent on such structures since a long time. Nowadays, since the water demand has increased, so they are not able to get more of such water stored. But through our intervention, we can increase the capacity of their traditional water resource and solve the issue of water scarcity in our district. So thank you everybody for giving me an opportunity on this topic. Thank you.
बहुत ही बढ़िया यश. I appreciate the very good work done by you, and आपने जो कैचरेंट का स्पिरिट भी पकड़ा है काफी, बिकॉज हमारा उद्देश्य है कि ये जल आंदोलन का जन आंदोलन बनाना है. And you have rightly associated the tribal communities and their tribal councils, because जन भागीदारी में सबसे बड़ी अहम बात है कि you should involve the people and their leaders. So unless leaders get involved, people also will not get involved. So tribal council, I worked in tribal areas a lot, so आपको मालूम है कि tribal leaders क्या माउथ रखते हैं, उनके इशारे पर सब लोग सब कुछ करते हैं. So this is very very nice, and see it's an eye opener for many people that 3000 mm rainfall मिलने के बावजूद भी आपको पानी क्या है. And I know because earlier I think Sunil, which was your I think a predecessor there, he also mentioned about this, that we have problem in drinking water, and I'm very happy that all of you have been focusing it on helping these people, because अगर मैं बताता हूँ यश, आप अगर इनका समर में इसका पानी की समस्या कम कर देंगे तो आपके जिंदगी भर याद रखेंगे और बोलेंगे कि यश ऐसा डीसी कलेक्ट काम किया यहाँ पे करके. So I know my own experience, मैंने एक जहाँ पे किया था, तो it still remember 20 years down the line also. So it is very very fruitful for and fulfilling for our young collectors to एक समस्या बेसिक मुद्दा फंडामेंटल इश्यू को सॉल्व करके जाएंगे, बहुत बढ़िया रहेंगे. But you also mentioned about the traditional water bodies जहाँ पे है, particularly in this in the some of the islands you mentioned, वहाँ पे भी कर रहे हैं. जहाँ पे नहीं है आप नया स्ट्रक्चर बना रहे हैं, very good. Ensure that ये अगर सॉइल में पोरोसिटी है तो ये पानी सब नीचे चले जाएंगे. Probably you will have to use a geotextile sheet underneath to store the water, because हमको with so much of rain probably you may not require a percolation tank, and I don't think you require a percolation tank because आप तो ground water use ही नहीं कर रहे थे, electricity तो कम होता है. But what I feel is that आपको जो जहाँ पे structures बनाए हैं नीचे एक textile या non permeable sheet डाल के उसको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा conserve करना पड़ेगा. That's one, because we have to change our system according to the we have to change our system accordingly. And another very important thing is that आपका जो मैं बात करते रहता हूँ अपने CS जितेंद्र नारायण जी से, he is also very proactive. He also said that आपसे बात करेंगे भी. But I want one thing in आपका जहाँ पे जो photos है अब तक अपने JSA CTR portal में we had only 99. Today I found that we have 199 photographs. आपके यहाँ से 28 photos ही है. तो आपने मेरे को जो लिस्ट बताया, एक में 17 था, दूसरे में 53 थे और तीसरे में 18 थे. दैट मींस ऑलमोस्ट 88 स्ट्रक्चर्स वी आर बिल्डिंग. तो आपके यहाँ से फोटोज खाली 28 ही आए हुए हैं. सो प्लीज एंश्योर दैट द फोटोज आर एडेड अप, बिकॉज सी जो काम कर रहे हैं यू आल्सो शुड एबल टू शो इट केस एंड टेल क्रेडिट फॉर इट. वी आर आल्सो प्लानिंग टू गिव अवार्ड्स फॉर द बेस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर्स इन डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हु हैव डन द वर्क. And your area is a very very difficult area because वहाँ पे structures नहीं आ पाएंगे, rigs नहीं आ पाएंगे, materials जाने के लिए मुश्किल है, and language people को motivate करना ज़्यादा मुश्किल है. आप अंदर घुस नहीं सकते हैं because उनका area जो है traditional area में तो किसी को आने नहीं देते. ये सब समस्या है. But if they know that you are coming to help them, they will definitely welcome you. So very nice of you, excellent work done, Yash. Continue to do their good work. And continue to post your good work. Also photographs भी कर लीजिएगा. So I'm also surprised that you could organize marathons and पानी पंचायत. Very good marathons. मैं सोच रहा था कि अगर वहाँ पे 5 मिनट दौड़ेंगे तो सी में चले जाएंगे. हमारा तो ये था कि, but anyway, these are all innovative campaigns, because innovation say people will be getting attracted. So you have done that very well. You said also 72 geotag water bodies, बहुत बढ़िया. So I wish you all the best. Continue to do a good work, and let me see whether I would like to come back and see this greenery. It's such a wonderful green place anyway. So I'm happy that your campaign that जो वहाँ पे जो पोर्ट डेवलप करना था, आई डोंट नो वेदर इट्स बीइंग डेवलप्ड, वो ट्रांसशिपमेंट पोर्ट कुछ बनने के चक्कर ये चल रहा था ना कैंपेल बे में, इज इट गोइंग
It is ongoing, sir. It is ongoing. I
Oh,
think
very
it
good.
is with the Ministry of Environment right
Okay,
now.
very good, very good. Anyway, wonderful. Thanks, Yash. Continue to do your good work and earn a very good name when you leave that place. Okay,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll keep in mind the directions you have given, sir,
Yes.
and we'll try to do it as soon as possible. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yash Chaudhary, District Magistrate and Deputy Commissioner of Nicobar Islands, for an enlightening presentation on what kind of work being done in the district, especially for rainwater harvesting and also water management, as G. Ashok Kumar sir was saying. So, from the waters of the southern part of the country, let's go to the mountains and hills of the northern part of the country. Let's go to Uttarakhand. We have with us Mr. Navneet Pandey, Chief Development Officer of Almora, Uttarakhand. Again, me and Ashok sir know that a lot of work being done in that district, especially when it comes to Kosi River rejuvenation, if I'm not wrong, and various other initiatives that have been taken there. So let's have a perspective from Almora. Over to you, Mr. Navneet Pandey.
Thank you, Shobhit sir. Very good afternoon, Mission Director sir. Very good afternoon to all the participants in this program. It is indeed a privilege to be part of this seminar here. The District Magistrate was supposed to join, sir, but we have been visited by the Honorable Chief Minister tomorrow. She's held up with the preparations for that program, sir. I take this opportunity, sir, as Shobhit ji said, that already a lot has been said and spoken about Kosi. So I just thought, sir, we will just take a break from Kosi this time. I'll just introduce the broad activities that we've taken under the Jal Jeevan Mission. Just sort of scrap through the activities of Kosi, which will be more of an update that we've taken up since the last presentation. And I'd like to take you to a village called Dhaspad. This village is actually now which is coming out as a model in kind of an integrated water management. So it's not just about the augmentation of the water capacity, but also the water management in terms of the utilization of the water. It's a complete cycle, sir. So if you may permit, sir, I'll just take this opportunity to run through this small presentation. This is a broad overview of the district here, sir. A population of about 600,000 plus, 11 blocks, 1100 panchayats, and about 2200 villages. And the mission target for us is about 131 households, which we have to cover. 2,000 odd schools and about 1,800 Anganwadis. So this is what we've been taking up under the Jal Jeevan Mission here. So the phase one was, as the mission directive says, so that we had to reach out to every household and to provide potable pipe water supply to every household. So the process is beginning. The initial stage of mobilizing the Gram Sabhas and activating the village sanitation committees, forming the village action plans has been completed here, sir. And now the phase one, which is the leading to the connections to every household, is under process here now. So it starts with the augmentation of the water resources. Then we try and focus on building the gravity schemes because they are more economical and easier to maintain. And finally, sir, the connectivity, reaching out to the remote villages. The greatest challenge in a hill district like Almora is that the population is very sparse and it takes a lot of efforts even to saturate. And even in a village, we could have a spread of about almost 500 to 600 meters in a single village. So it's a real challenge to make sure that every hamlet, every household gets a connection. And finally, so we have now set up the testing labs here also. We've also provided field testing kits to every Gram Pradhan in the district to ensure that whatever is the water that is being supplied is of the drinking water quality. These are the small steps, sir. When we started the mission on 15th August 2019, we had an FSTC coverage of only 8% here. Now in the last 2 odd years, sir, we have jumped from 8% to 38% now, sir. And we are now in the process of saturating all the households by December 22. So that is our mission target. As part of the Jal Shakti Abhiyan, sir, we took it as a campaign to saturate all our Anganwadis and all our primary schools. And today, sir, we have saturated 100% all the Anganwadis and all the primary schools of our district here. The challenge was that there were some villages which the village itself or the hamlet itself where the Anganwadi or the school was located did not have water supply. So as Mission Director has suggested, sir, we then put rainwater harvesting in all these schools. And today we can say that all our Anganwadis and schools are saturated with the water supply here, sir. Now the next challenge for us is now we have taken up all our health centers, including the A&M centers. We are about 89% there on the target, sir, and we hope to do it.
Navneet, one point. आपने जो 100% कवरेज किया बहुत बढ़िया. तो यहाँ पे 100% rooftop rainwater harvesting structures भी किया है?
No, sir. I think it's about 7 to 8%, sir. Villages were left out, which the village itself did not have the water supply, sir. In those schools, we have resorted.
schools पे हमारा ये था कि सबने आंगनवाड़ी सेंटर और स्कूल में 100% करेंगे. उसमें कोशिश कीजिएगा, ठीक है?
Sir. And so now the next target is for us to reach out to all the panchayat guys also. So in the next target now we are reaching out to all our health centers and also the panchayat guys. But sir, as we said, sir, the challenge has just begun, sir. Even though we are now making great efforts to reach out to all the villages and all the hamlets, sir, the problem of water availability still remains. And as you can see, sir, people are still struggling and they have to travel great distances to reach out to water, sir. For the moment, yes, this is how we are dealing with the water problem here. We're trying to reach out through tankers through limited waters, and then of course the people look out to the traditional water sources also, sir. So now the challenge here is, sir, that some of the, in fact, entire development blocks are water deficit blocks here in the hills. Almora has traditionally been the leeward side here, so although Nainital gets a greater amount of rainfall, Almora has lesser rainfall compared to some of the other hills districts here. So the challenge for us here now is that once we have to provide 55 LPCD to all the households, where does that extra water come from? And this challenge is then intensified because the lifeline of this district, which is River Kosi, is not a glacial-fed river. So this is completely which is rain-fed river. So in the months of May, June, and in fact at times even in April, the challenge for us really is to manage the Kosi very well. And that is how this Kosi project actually came into being, because people realized that with the increasing population and the increasing dependence on the Kosi River, we really need to augment the discharge in the Kosi River. And that is how the Kosi project started off, sir. In fact, now we have got a medical college which is being sanctioned in Almora, and that will mean an extra 8 MLD of water requirements for Almora. So the challenge now really is for us to make sure that we are now able to augment our water supply sources. So without getting into great details, because already a lot has been said on this platform about the Kosi project, sir. This was basically a project started with identifying 14 recharge zones, sir. And the Kosi project, which was funded by the Ministry of Environment, we took up two recharge zones, sir. So most of the activities of the Kosi project have now been focused on these two recharge zones, Simtola and Garhwali. This is how, sir, we do it. First, of course, is the top-to-bottom approach. This is something, sir, which has been come out as an innovation. Here, the pine needles is something which, because Almora is basically pine forest, and this used to be one of the great concerns for forest fires, particularly in the drier months of February, March, and April, sir. So now we've got people to sort of get bio-check dams or bio-percolation barriers, as we call them here, made out of these pine needles. So it serves both the purpose. We try and reduce the runoff of the water, and also the pollution so collected helps in prevention of the forest fires in the dry months. These are the infiltration holes which have been done. As you can see, sir, it's a massive program which is completely revolving around the community participation. So it's about 126 Gram Panchayats have been involved in this project, where virtually every Pradhan has been given targets to achieve the water targets. Some of the funding comes from the Kosi project, and some of the fundings are being done by the Gram Sabhas from their own initiative, by funds from the 15th Finance Commission, from the State Finance Commission, as well as the Manrega funds. So the other good aspect about the Kosi project has been that this is the first time that we have now tried to sort of give a scientific approach to all our water conservation efforts, what we have been doing here, sir. So the first time now we have a proper procedure where we know that we just cannot go on digging holes randomly, and we know exactly the point where we need to really recharge our aquifers. More so that every trench hole or every infiltration well that is dug is geotagged. So we know exactly the locations of all the efforts that we are doing here, sir. We know the capacity of all these the infiltration holes in the trenches that we've done, all the ponds that we have revived, and the calculations are done. And today we have a scientific basis to evaluate that yes, all the effort that we have done in this COSI project is actually leading to a savings of about 180 million liters a year. This has been scientifically now we've been doing it, sir. The other good aspect about the COSI project is now the GB Pant Institute, which is an institute of the Ministry of Environment, is actually now monitoring the discharge levels at the various watersheds. So this is something which will be a long project. It's still in the second year, so it's too early to actually sort of conclude whether the discharge has increased or decreased, because the rains have been fluctuating here in the last couple of seasons here. We had a milder monsoon, and then we had a very heavy precipitation towards the end of October here, sir. So the discharge, the trends are yet to come out, but then now we have a system in place where the GB Pant Institute will now be monitoring the discharge over the years. Next, please.
Very nice, Ronit. Very good work that you are following.
I just lost emphasis. I'll take another 5 minutes to just conclude the.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. You are finished over, Ronit?
Sir, just another 5 minutes, sir. I'll just take.
Okay, go ahead. Please go ahead. No problem.
So this is just what I was trying to highlight, that now we actually are using web-based technology, GIS sheets.
But presentation is not there on screen, Navneet ji.
Sir, just take it. There's some network problems here, sir. Just take us half a minute.
Okay. Yeah, now it has come. Yeah.
So, sir, I was just trying to say that now we actually have some scientific data to evaluate how much water are we actually conserving.
You can put it in full screen mode.
So, is it visible now, sir?
It's visible, but you can put it on a full screen mode.
Okay, take it.
Yeah, from there. Yeah, slideshow mode. Yeah.
So these are the efforts, as I said, that every trench hole, every infiltration well that we are digging, we are geotagging it. And so we can actually monitor. And every time we have assigned nodal officers who go on regular visits. So every time a nodal officer visits, he gives a real-time update of what the latest position is, and that is reflected on our portal. These are involving students here. So this is a government inter-college here in Hawalbagh, which has been taken as a model school. So all the rainwater harvesting activities have been completed here, sir. And the students of this college are actually now taking a leading role in spreading the message of rainwater harvesting. These are the activities. We involve all the one panchayats, the Gram Sabhas, the armed forces, the paramilitary which is deployed in the region. They all have now become part of what is called the COSI Abhiyan. Even so, this year we have something called a Harela festival, which is the festival which marks the beginning of Shravan month here. So we had about 4.5 lakh saplings being planted this year as part of the Harela program. This is just the efforts that we've taken here, sir. Just to brief about, sir, Manrega, normally the prescription for taking up natural resource management works as per the guidelines of Manrega is 65-35. So we can take 35%. But in Almora, I'd like to share that we almost do 89% of works are associated with natural resource management here. And we are the leading district in Uttarakhand right now. So you can see that there's a general consciousness among the Gram Panchayats, also the people living here, that they also realize the importance of saving water, conserving water. So most of our activities, even in Manrega, are based around either reviving the traditional water resources or creating extra water storage capacities, as it is visible from the slide here. And these are the check dams which were made about.
Your slide move nahi kar rahe. Your slides are not moving.
Are they moving now, sir?
No, we are stuck in
that. If you can kindly share the entire screen. It's coming frozen.
You are stuck in the 8th slide, that is the e-governance wala.
I think there's some problem with the.
So I think so. We're just having some network issues here, sir. Shivendra, can we just move directly to the video? So this was basically the next few slides cover the efforts that we've taken here, sir. So the effort is now to get to the Gram Panchayats, because the project was basically covering about 126 Gram Panchayats. We've extended this project now from Manrega to all the 1160 Gram Panchayats that are working here, sir. And as I said, the focus is now basically on natural resource management, because virtually the whole district is now facing a kind of a water scarcity. So there's a great realization amongst people that they have to now work for themselves, sir. Then once the Manrega funds don't suffice, then we look towards funds from the State Finance Commission, from the 15th Finance Commission. Now, increasingly, Pradhans are now coming up with proposals of rainwater harvesting, reviving traditional water pools, water storage capacity, tanks, and funding them through the 15th Finance Commission, the tight funds of the 15th Finance Commission. And we try and converge and we provide the labor element from the Manrega works. A lot of the elected representatives now, the MPs, the MLAs are coming forward and sponsoring projects which are based on water conservation houses. So I'll just take you through Daspad, sir, as I said in the beginning of the presentation, sir. So Daspad is an interesting example. This is located in a block called Dhola Devi, and which has traditionally been a water deficit block here, sir. It's located right at the top of the ridge. So there's a lot of seepage, a lot of runoff in this village, and they were always really short of water, which was one of the main reasons for the migration in this village, sir. So this was a project started by Gramya. It's an IFAD funded project, and the whole exercise was that when we talk about watershed management or spillshed management, the theory is basically that we start from the top to the bottom. But this is a project, sir, which not only starts from the top to the bottom, but it starts again from the bottom and goes back to the top. So the idea is, sir, that we create a lot of trenches, boring wells, the trenches, the infiltration wells, the check dams are created at the top of the ridge. It leads to increased population. It revives the traditional water sources which are there at the base of the hill. We are doing, sir, the solar water pumps are being engaged there, sir. We've set up solar water pumps which lift the water, sir, and back to the top of the ridge. And once the water is taken up there, then it comes back to the drip irrigation. So there's minimal wastage. And now people have been sensitized enough that they're now taking up activities which are less dependent on water. So the focus is now more on growing crops or flowers or vegetables which are less dependent on water, sir. So this has come out as a great success model now for all of us, sir, where every drop is now being utilized and being reused and recycled over and over again.
Uttarakhand.
So just have a 2-minute video, sir. I just like.
Okay, go ahead.
उत्तराखंड राज्य के पर्वतीय क्षेत्रों का 90% हिस्सा खेती
But we cannot see the video. We cannot see the video, Navneet.
विश्व बैंक पोषित.
So is it visible, sir? No.
No, it's not visible.
Sir, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, sir. I'll just share the video with Mr. Shobek, sir, and maybe we can have a look. That's all.
Yeah, sure. So you can share with us. I'll share with Ashok sir accordingly. Yes.
So Navneet, very interesting. And Yash, I don't know whether you have noticed, one of the idea for this entire program is to learn from each other. So Navneet had done very interesting interventions. If you notice this geomembrane tanks, and also the solar tanks, which was very good, because that will be very useful for you. Because आपके यहाँ पे भी the problem is here is that of structures बनाने के लिए मुश्किल होगा, but the geomembrane tanks easily can be constructed, transported and constructed there. That will be a very good thing. Second, I also wanted to check up with you in this. See, if there is a shortage of water or ability to store water, probably we'll have to work on reducing the usage of water and recycling the water. So that also should probably you have to look at in random Nicobar else. But anyway, जैसे नवदीप ने बताया, Jal Jeevan Mission is one of the flagship programs of the government, and for that we require water. वो पानी अगर नल खुलेंगे तो पानी आना ना, हवा नहीं आना चाहिए. तो when you have water, water can come only if there's a storage of water. That means source sustenance is very important. तो जल जीवन मिशन का एक अनोखा एक very अहम हिस्सा है दिस कैच द रेन कैंपेन, बिकॉज इसके कैच द रेन कैंपेन के वो पानी का जितना भी संग्रह करके उसी से पानी मिलेगा. तो इट्स वेरी वेरी क्रूशियल फॉर दैट. एंड यू आल्सो डन वेरी गुड वर्क विद जल जीवन मिशन. आपने 100% कवरेज भी आंगनवाड़ी सेंटर्स में सब किया है. दैट प्रॉब्ली यू विल हैव टू सी दैट वहां पे रूफटॉप रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स हर जगह पे करना है. दैट इज वन ऑफ द टारगेट्स व्हिच वी हैड गिवन. यू आल्सो हैड taken a lot of steps to rejuvenate Koshi River and Kungarg and Sarotagad rivers. So these are again some of the interventions which we had very clearly mentioned in the Catch the Rain campaign, rejuvenation of old water bodies. And the best part is in Almora, they have used very, very scientific methods for planning. So this is बुनियादी चीज है, because otherwise हम अंधाधुंधी करने से कोई फायदा नहीं होता है. They have done wood mapping using satellite imagery, slopes लेके, watershed approach लेके, पूरा वाटर स्ट्रीम्स को आइडेंटिफाई करके जहां पे स्ट्रक्चर्स बनाना है वहीं स्ट्रक्चर्स बना के पानी ज्यादा इकट्ठा कर रहे हैं. एंड यू नोटिस द टाइप ऑफ डिगिंग ऑफ द वाटर पिट्स इन द फॉरेस्ट एरिया सो दैट मैक्सिमम रेन वाटर इज स्टोर्ड. बट नवनीत, मैं हमारा एक जैसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि वी शुड ट्राई टू रिड्यूस दी टैंकर्स. आपने देखा इंस्टेंट रिलीफ के लिए टैंकर्स भेज रहे थे, बट हमारा अल्टीमेट गोल इज टू हैव दैट टैंकर मुक्त भारत, जहां पे टैंकर की यूज कम हो जाएंगे एंड पीपल शुड गेट वाटर फ्रॉम द नेचुरल सोर्सेस आइदर फ्रॉम द ग्राउंड और फॉर स्टोर्ड वाटर. सो दैट्स वन थिंग व्हिच वी हैव डू. एंड your biocheck dams, all very very nice concepts which others can also learn. Springshed development, that is a very interesting thing in Uttarakhand, because these are all different. ये तो राजस्थान में नहीं हो सकता है, because it has to be specifically in those areas of Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh में जहाँ पे springshed होता है. So our idea is to have a local solution, जो अपने local area के लिए जो solutions है उसी को local तरह से करके एक umbrella campaign Catch the Rain में लाना है. That's what we are looking at it. And because of this only the entire the participation of people will increase, and then they will own it up. That is the whole idea. Navneet, I just wanted to check if you have done the Jal Shakti Kendra खुला है आपने?
जी हाँ सर, we have opened it. In fact, sir, आज एक कोसी सेल है सर. That is now
okay. Jal Shakti Kendra. See, now that you have got such a wonderful data, वो पूरा scientific data भी है, आप अगर उसमें उसको कोई ग्राफ अब अच्छा जो जल्दी समझ सकते हैं लोग, this जल शक्ति केंद्र में you should put it up in the जल शक्ति केंद्र, ताकि लोग भी समझेंगे. When they come together, the idea of Jal Shakti Kendra is that whatever information which we have about water should be given to the people so that they will use it very nicely. So this idea of which are the critical blocks, which are the areas where water कम है, ये सब आपको उसमें करना चाहिए. ठीक है? So information in the Jal Shakti Kendra should be this, that you keep those information which we have put for the after scientific data में जितने भी कलेक्ट किया उसके मैप्स सब उसको रिप्रेजेंट करके लोगों को जल्दी समझ में आए. That's what we should do it. I have seen some of the districts where I have done all the district map में जहाँ पे critical areas को रट किया, in some other area जहाँ पे वो सब करके तो ताकि लोग समझ सके. That will be helpful for them also in planning the crops, and people will also have faith in you, because आप ऐसे अंधाधुंधी नहीं बोल रहे. You have some scientific data, उनको भी समझ में आएगा. So this is one thing we are planning in Jal Shakti Kendras. All this information should be paid, and you are जो भी आपने डेटा कलेक्ट किया, कैसे कलेक्ट किया, ये सब इनके फोटोज सब देखेंगे तो people also get inspired. And जैसे आप प्रेजेंट करेंगे, I am also getting very much happy that you are doing such wonderful work. ये जनता के लोग बीच में चले जाएंगे, they also will be very happy and they will also be responsive and participate to it. वो करना है. So this जल शक्ति केंद्र का मुख्य उद्देश्य है कि people को जल के बारे में उनके they should get more and more involved in the water management. Very nice, very good work done. And your photographs मैंने देखा, आपका photographs जल शक्ति इसका अल्मोड़ा में only 219 photographs you have put of water conservation structures का 156 है. And awareness program को by KVK कुछ भी नहीं आया है. Intensive afforestation 37 लिखा है, मतलब only 37 plants we have planted as per the report. तो आप देख लीजिए, ये पोर्टल अपलोड करने के लिए ये थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. अगर उनको आपको डाउट है तो कुछ हमारे ऑफिस में फोन कर सकते हैं, they'll help guide you out to see that good work done by you are also reflected in the report, because ये सब PMO सब देख लेते हैं. They will also certainly find that with the 37 plans उत्तराखंड में अल्मोड़ा में प्लान किया तो it looks very bad. We have done much more work planned. So जो काम किया है उसको रिफ्लेक्ट कर लीजिएगा फोटोज को भी. ठीक है, वेरी गुड नवनीत. Samik?
Thank you so much, and we'll be complying with your obligations.
Okay, fine.
Right, right. Thank you so much, Mr. Navneet Pandey. And as G. Ashok Kumar sir was saying, this platform is all about learning from each other and sharing of the best practices. So we heard two best practices, one from Nicobar Islands, one from the hills of Almora. Let's have a perspective from on a different note. Let's have a perspective from Mr. Om Prakash Sharma, Country Director, Water Harvest India. Water Harvest is a UK registered not-for-profit international development organization that has been working closely in the state of Rajasthan and Gujarat since 1987. And Mr. Sharma is a country director of this organization, and he has a vast experience of 32 years, if I'm not wrong, of working in the dry lands of India, and he has done some remarkable work. So let's hear from him. Over to you, Obi Sharma.
Very good evening to everyone, and it's a great honor. Thanks, Sir, Ministry, APAC for providing opportunity to share our. Hope you can see my screen now.
अभी तक नहीं आ रहा है.
No?
Yes, now.
Yeah. So I think, as Sovik said, I work with Water Harvest. It's a UK-based grant-making, technical and managerial service provider. So we work in north-west part of India, you can see. And we support rainwater harvesting, sanitation, livelihood projects for last 34 years. And we do work with local non-government organizations, so almost 52 NGOs we have worked so far, academic institutions in India. As our name suggests, we do water harvesting, and then water harvesting is done for drinking, sanitation, hygiene, for livelihoods, and for environment and ecosystem. And this is how these are linked, to different SDGs goal. For these, I think we do infrastructure work, which are hardware work like construction of rainwater harvesting systems, sprinklers, etc. And then we also do software, which are basically behavioral change, training, capacity building. And this is how our work going on for so many years. But just coming to Rajasthan and northwest side of India, especially Rajasthan and Gujarat, there are so many ways and means to harvest water. And I think this is a collage of almost 45 different ways and means to harvest, use water efficiently, which were available in Rajasthan. And these are traditional locally managed small scale water harvesting solutions, and these were improvised by us for so many years. And I'll just share, this has been compiled into a book called Wise Water Solutions in Rajasthan, and I think it's available for us to learn from. The area where it's just rain 200 to 400 millimeter. As Yashji was saying, it's 3,000 in Nicobar. It's just 400 millimeter in this side of India. But still, you can catch enough water for year-round drinking. And this is one of the, traditional tankas, modified, connected to roof, artificial catchment, cemented. And I think underground water tanks harvesting, enough rain to have year-round drinking water. Or johats, which you must have heard about, in these, or small anicuts, small dams, which are raised across streams, which are harvesting water percolate downs, recharges underground water table, and people are taking 1 crop to 3 crops, and this is how their lives are changing. There is another technique which you must have heard about, called chaukas, which are basically used in saline, close to Jaipur, place called Sambar, where underground water is saline. And I think one of our partner organization has done that, which are basically rectangular shape, small earthen bunds raised across this slope, and it captures rainwater And then
Lakshman Singh was here in one of our talks. Lakshman Singh Laporia was here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we are supporting these work also, and whole ecosystem and ecology revives. We know that we are also supporting rooftop rainwater harvesting. As a means to provide year-round drinking water, and drip irrigation sprinkler. So I think I'll just sum up. These are the hardware work. Which needs to be around providing water. But there is something else. Which I think we always talk about, and this is what I learned. From Rajasthan, where I born and brought up and working for last 32 years, that our respect and relationship with water has changed. Now you can see these are, water infrastructure developed by government, corporate, NGOs. And this is what the condition is. It's maybe because, we relate these water infrastructure very differently. Our respect with these infrastructure is different. Or maybe, we use these infrastructure for multi-purpose uses, like, animals are drinking from the same place where, water is fetched. So, or this is another unique picture from the desert, where pipes are leaking. And maybe, these children can have, bath in the hot summer, but the kind of wastage of water, the kind of respect and relationship needs to be talked about. And that's what I think we at Water Harvest have tried, doing it. And I'll show you this another, desert tankas where, these are upgraded through proper catchment, etc. But you can see the fence, the kind of protection it has done. And I think these desert communities have their own social control systems, like no one is allowed to go inside with shoes. So I think these kind of social control systems or, cultural practices needs to be brought in so that these water infrastructure, becomes a kind of temple, modern temples or modern mosque or modern churches, where people go and worship water. Sir has already shown, the step wells where there are so many in Rajasthan, and I always say that, step wells were inverted temples, where you go down and worship water as you go in modern temples, up and worship deities. So I think something has to be, done on respect and relationship of these structures so that, continuous benefits are gained. To do that, we are also developing, innovative educational materials. And this is one of, 18 small steps to make sure that rooftop rainwater harvesting is safer to drink. So from catchment to consumer, or from monsoon to mouth, or, from source to mouth, how to make sure that, small steps makes these water safer. So I think we are developing, these materials for different kind of sources. So if your source is open well, then you need to have, different small steps, not just cut and pasting, the same from other sources. We are also helping, to develop these messages through paintings where, you can catch the message. Women self-help groups, water user groups are formed across so many villages we have where women are taking, charge. We are also trying, I'll sum up very quickly. We are also trying that, young mind catches these, things. So in schools, we do have, through innovative educational materials, children are learning. And as part of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, we supported districts, to deliver SBM targets. And we developed these innovative educational materials like alphabets, And I always say that, like in desert, you don't need to teach children's F for fish, which they haven't seen, fish for their whole life. You need to teach them F for fly, or C for clean, D for dustbin, or similarly in Hindi, fonts. And I think this has been, widely, helped publicize, like learn C for cleaning, D for dustbin, rather than D for dog or C for cat, And I think we also developed many, and I think you must have heard about these snacks and ladders game, which are helping people to, or especially young mind to catch the messages. So I think I'll just sum up, there is a more importance of, software work as well as, the hardware. And I think that's it on behalf of these communities which we are helping, over the years, and their life had changed, So thank you very much.
Thank you, Shomari. I was reminded, I don't know whether you are aware, हमने मार्च 8 को यूएनडीपी के साथ मिलके तकरीबन 44 women volunteers को we had honored. So many of
Yes.
the people that come from Rajasthan, so you are aware of it, it's a good thing. तो ये आप जैसे एनजीओ जो अच्छे काम कर रहे हैं and we would like to engage with them also. I'm very happy you the type of IEC materials which we have prepared. वेरी नाइस जो कम्युनिटी से लेंगे D4Talk या वो सब कोई मतलब ही नहीं होता है वहाँ के लोग, तो आप सही पॉइंट्स पकड़ा तो ताकि लोग इसमें they can understand it and the type of snake and ladder game जो बच्चों को खिलाते हैं, तो they will be happy playing that and then understand the concept. वो जहाँ पर अगर पानी में गंदा करेंगे तो what will be cost of it, वो शाम खा के नीचे आ जाएंगे. These are all things which will people remember and then they will be useful. So wall writings, because every in the IEC if you look at in our website, in the nwm.in website we have a special folder kept for IEC activities जहाँ पे हर dialect में, most of the dialects, major language in the country, we have prepared a lot of IEC materials and share it. So if you can also share some of your IEC materials, we'll put in our website so that आपके नाम पे कर देंगे, कोई बात नहीं, because credit and always will be with you because आपके इसमें नीचे लिखा हुआ है. Only thing is we can keep it up in the website so that अगर Yash wants to see it from Andamans, आपको साउथ ईस्ट they look at the connect. ये एक प्लेटफॉर्म अगर हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म में मिल जाएंगे तो आपका जो stake and ladder, they can give due credit to you and then use it in those areas. So IEC material के लिए we have put a forum, so you can also send it to us in our email so that we'll put it with due credit to you. It's a very nice because हम सबको मिलके करना पड़ेगा इसमें, and it's not that we will. And one very important point which you mentioned and which we had been also mentioning very frequently is the respect for water. Respect for water is very important. ये तो basic मुद्दा है कि पानी को जितना श्रद्धा देना है, तो we are somehow lose water because हमारे जो नॉर्मल कॉन्वर्सेशन में भी ऐसा है कि देखो ये पानी की तरह वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, मतलब पानी जो एक वेस्ट करने का चीज है तो वो ऐसा हो गया, पानी की तरह वेस्ट कर रहे हैं. बट देन देयर आर टाइम पीपल फ्रॉम राजस्थान जहाँ पे 100 mm रेनफॉल नॉर्मली आते हैं एंड दे नो द वैल्यू ऑफ वाटर. मे बी मेघालय एंड अदर प्लेसेस अंडमान में 3000 mm रेनफॉल, तो दे मे नॉट लुक एट द वैल्यू ऑफ वाटर जितना आप मानते हैं. तो दिस आपके यहाँ पे रेस्पेक्ट भी है, जैसे आपने बताया यू कांट एंटर टू अ टंका विद वेयरिंग चप्पल्स एंड ऑल. इट इज अ रेस्पेक्ट, ए कल्चर. कोई पूछेगा तो क्या व्हाट विल हैपन, यू आर ऑल लिविंग इन सम पुराने जमाने, बट हे हम पुराने जमाने में रह रहे हैं, बट दीस आर ऑल वैल्यू सिस्टम्स व्हिच आर वेरी एसेंशियल, व्हिच हैड सर्वाइव्ड आवर मेरी कई पीढ़ियों को संभाला है. So we should have value in this, see values in these things, and also ensure that value, if it is served as good, we should continue it, and not only that, it should be propagated to other areas so that the respect of water goes. So one of the major initiatives which we have taken up was to publicize this 5 R's. Of course, first 3 R's everybody knows is reduce, reuse, and recycle, and fourth one we always talk about rejuvenation of water body, rejuvenation of small rivulets, rejuvenation of wetlands, ताकि ज्यादातर पानी वहां पे स्टोर हो जाए. Then the fifth one and the most important one is the respect. This is the 5 R's which National Water Mission has been promoting. Respect for water is very important. अगर respect आएंगे तो we will not waste water. We will treat it with other के साथ treat करेंगे. So we will not waste it. We will not pollute it. And this is probably one of the basic message which we should do. And for that, you have to catch them young. बुढ़े लोगों से सर पे बोलने से फायदा नहीं होगा. So youngsters को school level में you should teach them, and that's what you have been doing very rightly. बच्चों को पढ़ाते water literacy के बारे में, water conservation के बारे में. So I am very happy that such a very good initiative you are doing. Water Harvest is doing over the years. Also, you have been doing it. So let us all join together and make this campaign very successful. Catch the Rain is just a beginning. Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain में तो actually focus पहले probably first time in many years and probably the largest in the world focusing on catching the rain, because इतने बड़ा मुहिम कभी चलाए नहीं. This is really caught the imagination of people. हाँ, अगर हम 2-3 साल इसको जारी रखें and इसको कंटिन्यू करेंगे तो लोग अपने आप करने शुरू कर लेंगे, तो हमको इतने विचार करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेंगे. We can move on to something else. So thanks for the wonderful effort you are doing. Thanks for the involving the people. तो grassroots level के लोगों को involve करके कर रहे हैं. So I am very happy that you people are doing it. Shama ji and सबके लिए नमस्कार. Very happy to. Over to Swami.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, G. Ashok Kumar, sir, for not only be part of this webinar for last 1.5 hours, but also sharing your wisdom and vision with each and every speaker that how can we move forward in the right direction. I think the hallmark of this campaign has been that one is the policy formulation, how that policy, that decision has been implemented in the grassroots level. And as you said, today also we have seen in this webinar that we have seen innovative ideas being adopted, and localized innovative ideas have been adopted in the Nicobar Islands or Almora or the northwestern part of the country in Rajasthan or Gujarat, and also community participation to make that movement a people's movement, as he always says, Mr. G. Ashok Kumar, that it has to be a Jan Andolan. Jal Andolan has to be a Jan Andolan. The movement of water has to be a people's movement. People should drive it. Policymakers can formulate a policy. They can help for implementation of this policy. But unless people's participation is there, no policy can succeed in the grassroots level. And I think that has been the hallmark of Kaz-Rain campaign, and also whatever initiative being taken by Minister of Jal Shakti for effective water management. I think with the permission of G. Ashok Kumar, I would like to end this webinar with a small video which District Almora wants to play, which could not be played, is now here with us. So before we end and before we move to the video, I again take this opportunity to thank G. Ashok Kumar, Additional Secretary, Mission Director, National Water Mission, Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India, for guiding us with his vision on Kaz-Rain campaign and being the keynote speaker and the moderator for all the 27 editions of this webinar for last 1.5 years. Mr. Yash Chaudhary, District Magistrate and Deputy Commissioner of Nicobar, Mr. Navneet Pandey, Chief Development Officer of Almora, and Mr. O.P. Sharma, Om Prakash Sharma, Country Director of Water Harvesting India, for joining us today. So with the permission of G. Ashok Kumar.
Just 1 minute. So if somebody has asked about in the comments how to send the email, you can send the suggestions and all to the email md.nwm@gov.in. md.nwm. It's easy to remember. Mission Director National Water Mission, md.nwm@gov.in. Neither if you forget that, you put it to catchtherain.nwm@gmail.com. It also comes first. Don't worry about it. Last point, I would like to remind once again, because the November 30th Gram Sabha ka baare mein jo bulana hai. Please ensure that Gram Sabhas are held in every village. आपके बैचमेट्स को भी बता दीजिएगा कि आप जो भी इसी ऐसे पोजीशंस में सबको बोल दीजिएगा कि 30th November को we have to have the Gram Sabha. Get the people involved, because this is like a feedback to the people. पिछले महीने हमने क्या किया था, and probably then they will be motivated, because otherwise so ये सब हिसाब नहीं देते, चले जाते हैं, ऐसा feeling नहीं होना है. They also should be able to know that we are accountable and to tell them to participate in it. Jal Shakti Kendra's photograph update of your good work we are doing into the portal and the Gram Sabha. Please do it. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, all of you. Do join us for the next edition.
We have video. We are waiting for the video.
So before we play the video, I'm just reminding our audience and all of us that do join us for the 20th edition on a Saturday again, because APEC News Network is also part of this with the small capacity to make this Kaz-Rain campaign a success, along with Minister of Jal Shakti National Water Mission. So let's end this edition with a small video from the beautiful islands, beautiful hills of Almora.
उत्तराखंड राज्य के पर्वतीय क्षेत्रों का 90% हिस्सा खेती के लिए वर्षा जल पर निर्भर है। ऐसे क्षेत्रों के विकास के लिए विश्व बैंक पोषित ग्राम्या परियोजना में जन सहभागिता के माध्यम से बारिश के पानी के संरक्षण, संग्रहण, संचय और जल उपयोगिता में वृद्धि के लिए बहुत से प्रयास ग्रामवासियों के सहयोग से किए गए हैं।
पीआरए में पानी की जो समस्या है वो सबसे बड़ी समस्या के रूप में सामने आई। ग्रामीणों द्वारा कार्य योजना में प्रस्ताव रखे गए, जिसके बाद चाल, खाल, खंती, तालाब आदि यहाँ पे बनाए गए हैं और जिसके आप देख रहे हैं जिसके कारण जो बदलाव है आज गांव में, ये पानी की जागरूकता के कारण ही है।
इन कार्यों में जल संभरण के लिए अब तक 11 कच्चे तालाबों, 1905 खंतियों, जल मोड़ नाली और वन क्षेत्रों में 13 वानस्पतिक चेक डैम, 21 ड्राई स्टोन चेक डैम और 27 क्रेट वायर चेक डैमों का निर्माण कर भूजल में वृद्धि की जा रही है। ग्रामवासियों की रोजमर्रा की जल संबंधी आवश्यकताओं की पूर्ति के लिए 46 रेन रूफ वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग टैंकों का निर्माण कराया गया है। वहीं बेहतर सिंचाई के लिए 5 सामूहिक सिंचाई टैंकों का निर्माण किया गया है। जल की उपलब्धता वाले क्षेत्रों में जल को खेतों तक पहुंचाकर इसकी उपयोग क्षमता बढ़ाने के लिए परियोजना क्षेत्र में 700 मीटर सिंचाई गुल का निर्माण कराने के साथ साथ किसानों को रेन हॉर्स पाइप, स्प्रिंकलर और ड्रिप इरिगेशन की सुविधा भी उपलब्ध कराई गई है। जन सहभागिता द्वारा किए गए जल संरक्षण और संभरण के प्रयासों से अनुभव किया गया कि गांव में मौजूद नौले और धारों में गर्मियों के कठिन महीने में भी पीने के पानी की उपलब्धता में 27 से 43% वृद्धि हुई है।
जदवटी जो पानी योजना है हमारे गाँव में, हम अपन साग सब्जी खनारियाँ और जो हम साग सब्जी बेचन नारिया।
नकदी फसलों की उत्पादकता के लिए सिंचाई जल की उपलब्धता पहली आवश्यकता होती है। इसके लिए ग्राम्य परियोजना द्वारा ग्राम पंचायतों की तलहटी में मौजूद सदानीरा बगड़ गधेरे से 118 मीटर ऊपर मौजूद खेतों तक सिंचाई जल पहुंचाने के लिए सौर ऊर्जा संचालित सबमर्सिबल पंप का उपयोग किया जा रहा है। इस जल को 20,000 लीटर क्षमता के जियो मेम्ब्रेन टैंक तक पहुंचाकर 1800 मीटर HDPE पाइपों की सहायता से काश्तकारों के खेतों में बने LDPE टैंकों तक बारी बारी से पहुंचाया जा रहा है, जिसका संचालन कृषक समूह स्वयं कर रहा है।
उपभोक्ता समूह में कोष बनाया गया है, जिसमें हर 6 महीने में ग्रामवासियों द्वारा अंशदान जमा किया जाता है। बाद में मरम्मत के लिए वो उपयोग में लाना है।
किसानों को जल मिला तो उत्साह के साथ उन्होंने अपनी खेती का रकबा भी बढ़ाया, जिससे ग्राम पंचायत धसपड़ में 6 हेक्टेयर अतिरिक्त सिंचन क्षमता में वृद्धि हुई है। जल की उपलब्धता का ही नतीजा है कि इस गांव में किसानों ने अब उच्च उत्पादकता वाली हाई वैल्यू सब्जियों की खेती आरंभ कर दी है और पॉली हाउसों में ब्रोकली, लेट्यूस, रेड कैबेज के साथ साथ अब लीलियम पुष्पों के उत्पादन और विपणन का कार्य भी किया जा रहा है। वहीं ये किसान अब औषधीय एवं सगंध प्रजातियों इग्नेशिया से भी अच्छी अतिरिक्त आय अर्जित कर रहे हैं। क्षेत्रवासियों द्वारा अपनाए गए जल प्रबंधन से आई खुशहाली की इस इबारत को किसानों के खिले हुए चेहरों पर आसानी से पढ़ा जा सकता है।